Thank you for tuning in today. I continue to hear from people that they look forward to the 1 o'clock briefings as an opportunity to get the latest and most accurate information. So I'm very happy to be able to do that. We'll be back again tomorrow at 1 o'clock, taking the weekend off, and then back at it again on Monday at 1 o'clock. At this point, I feel we are holding our own, more than holding our own as a state. And I feel confident about where we are, where we're going. That in no way minimizes the challenges that Rhode Island is facing. And I know they're extreme health challenges, financial challenges, mental health issues. But I want you to have a sense of confidence that we're on our road to recovery. We will get there. This pain is temporary. And in the meantime, you have a lot of people working overtime every day, all day, to continue to bring you some of the support that you need in order to get through this. And for your part, I would just really ask, beg, implore, order, that you just keep following the rules. I cannot wait for the day that I can get up here and say there's no more limit on social gatherings. We don't have to wear our masks. But today isn't that day. Today is not that day. Our cases are plateauing, but we still have communities where we have, 20 to 25% of the people we test are positive. We still are learning about the virus. We still have a lot of issues in our communal care settings. So today and next week and the week after that are days to really commit yourselves to following the rules, wearing your mask, or at least don't leave the house without it in case you run into somebody, washing your hands, staying home if you are sick or have any symptoms, getting tested if you feel sick, calling your doctor, keeping your social gatherings limited to 5 people, working from home. If we hang in there just a bit more and really try to follow these rules, we will be in much better shape, a month from now, and more able to continue to open the economy. And if we don't, our situation is kind of fragile right now, and the last thing we want to do is slip backward. As I said yesterday, I want to reopen this economy once. I don't want to do it and have to come back. So hang in there, please. It's really hard. Please be patient and flexible and creative, and have confidence that this is temporary, absolutely temporary, and we are going to get through it. Today I had hoped to be able to give some specific guidance on when we're going to move to phase 2 and how we'll be making decisions to move back a phase if, God forbid, that ever has to happen. We're just not quite ready to do that. We have a few more things we want to consider, a few more people to talk to. So the aim is to do that tomorrow, to provide some more guidance on how we get to phase 2 and how we would think about going back a phase if that happens, though we hope that doesn't happen. So that will be the plan for tomorrow. Today I want to spend some time talking about summer camp and sports and some of the things that are frankly coming up pretty much every day now as families and kids start to think about what their summer might look like. Before we do that, we'll begin as we always do with the data. Maybe you could put it up on the screen. Maybe it is on the screen. We have 181 new cases, so really steady. We are holding steady on hospitalizations, actually going down on hospitalizations, down on ICU beds, all excellent. Very sadly, we have another 6 deaths, and it's just, again, a reminder, every single Rhode Islander matters. And so to those who've lost loved ones, we're sorry and know that it weighs on us as well as on you and your family. Okay, let's talk about some of the issues that are on the minds of the kids in Rhode Island and families in Rhode Island. I've said so many times that the students in the class of 2020 are disproportionately affected by this. I really feel for these young people. You were supposed to be graduating high school this year, graduating college this year, going to your senior prom, maybe being the captain of a sports team, going to all kinds of banquets at the end of the year, spring activities, and this virus came along and threw a wrench into all of those plans. And it's tough. It stinks. And I'm sorry that the virus pulled the rug out from under you right when you were so close to the finish line. So we're working overtime to try to come up with creative ways to help you celebrate your accomplishments, to have some fun, and help get you together with your classmates. So I want to let you know that on June 15th, we're going to be airing a special televised graduation ceremony. PBS will be airing it on June 15th. We're going to be calling it Your Year 2020. And it's going to be a statewide televised high school graduation ceremony. We are lining up some really fun guests. We're aiming high to give you some surprises. We're trying as hard as we can to make this as memorable as it can be. To the class of 2020, the deadline to submit videos that we're going to be featuring on this graduation is next Friday, May 22nd. So you can go to the PBS website, pbs.org/youryear2020. But I'd encourage you all to submit a video. You know, this isn't what you wanted, but let's make the best of it. And if everybody leans in and makes it fun, it will be fun. And thank you to PBS for airing that. I hope we want to make it a night you'll never forget, even though it's not exactly the graduation you would hope for. Okay, moving on to summer camps. As I reflect on the questions I receive in a day or in a week, this is at the top of a lot of people's list. That makes sense. Our kids are struggling. You know, some are doing beautifully with distance learning. Many others are having a hard time. They're getting through it. They're learning. Teachers are doing great. But a lot of folks want to know, what about summer? And I promised you, when I made the decision to keep schools closed for the rest of the year, I promised you then this wouldn't be a see you in September, good luck for the summer. And I intend to honor that promise and do everything we can for our kids to have some interesting, fun things to do this summer. So as a result, I'm announcing now that we'll begin to allow summer camps and youth summer camps to operate in person in the state of Rhode Island starting on June 29th. So that's, you know, a week or so after the end of the school year for most kids. Now, that's the good news. But let me set expectations right now. It's not going to be just like last year. There are going to be new cleaning regimens, new restrictions, new guidelines. It's going to be fun, but different. And let me also say, the June 29th goal is just that. It's a goal. We're going to be working like crazy between now and June 29th to make that goal a reality. But just like everything else, it's subject to change. If by June 29th we see a lot more cases, things aren't going well, our systems aren't working, our hospitals are starting to get over full. By the way, I don't expect that to happen, but if it does, I may have to adjust that June 29th date. So, but as long as we are where we are now, ahead of the virus, everybody's following the rules, everybody's wearing their masks and doing social distancing and working from home, we should stay on an excellent trajectory. Cases going down, hospitalizations going down, and I want to start summer camp June 29th. I'm saying this now because there's a lot of planning to be done. You know, a month or so ago, 2 weeks ago, I announced child care would be coming back online June 1st. I did that because it takes time to get ready for June 1st. It's going to take time to get ready for June 29th. It's going to look different. You know, it is going to look different. What will it look like? You know, we're going to ask the camp providers to keep kids in small, stable groups. We think of it as a pod. You know, maybe that'll be, 10 kids. maybe slightly more than 10 kids, depending on where we are in June and July. But we don't want it to be a different 10 kids every day. So if you're going to be, playing lacrosse with these 10 kids on Monday, you're going to be with those 10 kids on a Tuesday. If you're going to, you get the gist. We want small groups of children in stable groupings, limited in their interaction with a stable, small number of adults. We believe that that is the safest way to do it. We're going to do our best to have these kids and the adults keep an appropriate social distance from each other, maintain regular deep cleaning, regular cleaning of shared surfaces, regular cleaning of shared sports equipment to the extent that there is any shared sports equipment, frequent hand washing, checklist to make sure no children or adults who feel sick are allowed to go to camp that day. So it's definitely going to be different, and that's why I want you to start thinking about it. But the truth of it is, our kids are missing out. Right? I have 2 children of my own. Every kid, they miss their friends, they miss regular life, they miss doing what they love to do. For some people it's dance, for some people it's art, for some people it's music. For their mental and emotional and intellectual development and health, I think we need to try our best to operate summer camps this summer. This will be an extra burden on municipalities. Municipalities operate many of these summer camps. We are in daily contact with our municipal leaders on this. I've heard from them that this is going to require additional resources. I hear you. That's exactly the kind of thing that our COVID emergency fund is positioning us to do. So let's work together to figure that out. All of the private providers, I know, are going to be looking for guidance. So we're going to start now. We have well over a month, and we're going to get there. Let's do our best for these kids, because they deserve it. Summer's important, and we're going to nail it for them. We're also going to continue teaching through the summer. We don't want any kid to get behind, so we're going to do our very best to have a full array of summer options, not just sports and extracurriculars, but also learning opportunities. Make sure there's a very limited summer learning loss, and then any kids that have to make up school or a class, we're going to be providing that as well. So we have a full-on effort right now to figure out how to do this. Starting next week, the details of these new guidelines will be at reopeningri.com. So I've given you the basics of it now, so you can start to plan. But starting in a week, hopefully before a week, hopefully next Wednesday or so, go to reopeningri.com, and you can get very detailed guidelines around how you can safely reopen summer camp this summer. And we're going to do our best. And to the kids out there, know that we're going to do our best, and know that there will be some summer programming for you this summer. And I just encourage you to have as much fun and as much learning as you can, and just kind of roll with it with us. I've also been getting a lot of questions about organized sports. It's hard to be this time of year and not think about Little League, or be playing Little League, or softball, or all these other things. This is a tough one, okay? This is a tough one. The CDC has recommended canceling or postponing all organized youth sports. I can't really go against that guidance, and I don't plan on going against that guidance. So until the CDC guidance changes, organized youth sports games in Rhode Island can't happen. That's a rough message. It doesn't mean we should throw in the towel, though. Sports are so important, not just for the sport of it, but they teach children how to stay active, how to work on a team, so many other skills. I know I wouldn't be where I am without having played sports my whole life. So I want to enable as much as we can. So right now we are looking at ways to enable some sports. Summer sport camps. I know a lot of folks do lacrosse or golf or soccer or basketball, whatever you like to do. I'm hoping to be able to have those summer sports camps. way to have limited sports gatherings, way to allow sports practices. So just for today, we have to follow the rules that the CDC is putting out, which means no Little League, no organized youth sports, no traveling soccer leagues, no competition. The real health issues come into play when you've got one team playing against another team and playing against different teams, every week. That we can't do. But we're going to work hard to figure out what we can enable in a new way so you can keep playing sports, practicing sports, and learning sports throughout the summer. And I'll be back with more guidance on that, specifically as the days and weeks go forward. I also get a lot of questions about libraries. It's come up in these press conferences a few times. As a reminder to everybody, library buildings currently in Phase 1 in the state of Rhode Island remain closed. Public libraries are currently closed in the state of Rhode Island. Having said that, libraries have been incredibly creative. Currently, about half of all of our public libraries are currently offering curbside pickup of pre-ordered library books. I know so many people rely upon the library to get the books that they need for school and life or their job. You could continue to do that. Just over half of libraries call ahead, order ahead, go online, order ahead, curbside pickup. I'd encourage you to get in contact with your local library because they're all doing it in different ways, but most of them are doing it. As we move into Phase 2, many libraries will start offering limited browsing at the library in a limited way with new guidelines in particular areas. Curbside pickup will still continue. We're going to look to be able to enable going to the library to take out a book. In-library services will be provided in accordance with the regulations of Phase 2, which is to say you'll have to wear a mask, you shouldn't go if you're sick, social distancing applies, you can't go and get together in a big group, you can go and read a book with your family or alone, you have to stay away from other patrons of the library. Extra cleaning will be required for the libraries. We're still working on, we want to be able to enable use of the computers. Obviously, that's a key service that they provide, and I don't have anything to say about that yet today. That's a tricky one. It's hard to fully sanitize a keyboard enough times during the day, so that may or may not be possible, but we're working on it. And I just want folks to know in Phase 2, it is definitely our hope to expand libraries and go ahead and open the doors again. The doors of the libraries will be open. So more on that later. Finally, I wanted to say a word about a survey that we're going to be launching. So due to the hard work of our awesome federal delegation, Senators Rhode and Whitehouse and Congressman Langevin and Cicilline, the state of Rhode Island has thankfully received $1.25 billion in a COVID emergency relief fund from the federal government. That money is intended to enable the state to deal with the immediate crisis before us. Hospitals, nursing homes, everything, municipalities, public safety, all the PPE we've been purchasing, ventilators, the extra hospital surge. We needed this money. We're using this money carefully in order to meet the needs of Rhode Islanders. Soon, in early June, we're going to have a portal online so every Rhode Islander can see how every penny is being spent. I'm committed to transparency. But we also need to use this money to help our economy get going again. And the money is expressly intended for that. What the federal government has called the secondary effects of this. Frankly, the secondary effects are the fact that we have 200,000 Rhode Islanders who've applied for unemployment insurance. We have retailers and restaurants and small businesses flat on their back because of this crisis. We have lots of low-wage Rhode Islanders who are out of work in industries like retail that are going to take a long time to get back on their feet. So, and I'm hearing it every day. Other governors have started to use the relief fund to help small businesses. When are you going to get to the business to helping us? So I want you to know we are going to do that. It is absolutely my intention to use this money as intended to help you get back on your feet. But I also want to hear from you. So we have had a place on the Reopening RI website that you can send us your ideas. We've gotten a lot of ideas. Keep them coming. Let us know what you need. Let us know how we can help. It's been incredibly helpful. But starting early next week, we're going to do a survey. We're going to do it on Monday to have kind of an official survey, mainly of small businesses who've been affected, just to hear from you on what would be most helpful to you to meet the immediate economic pain that you're facing. So I hope to have more details on exactly how you can do it. But again, it's reopeningri.com, and I just want you to know I'm committed to it, and we are going to work fast to start using some of these stimulus funds to get Rhode Island back on its feet.